Alright, so welcome back. Hoping you're having a fabulous day here today, right? Apparently, everyone's been talking about AKUMA here, and I did want to share this with you and show it to you, because I've been getting these questions, and I basically wanted to talk about it because people have been saying, hey, is this true? Is this really what's the case? And I wanted to share the information that I found when I was going through stuff. But again, AKUMA, we don't know when he will drop. We do know that there's an idea, and a very strong idea, that he is set for April. I'll show this to you again in this video, but be ready for it. He may be actually relatively soon, though I want to make this clear and do not get too hyped for it due to the reason that this happened, okay? Now, we don't know if it's going to be for gems. We don't know what's going to happen, but he might not. And if he isn't, then I'm definitely tapping out of the game. What's the point of gems then? Literally. But we will see what happens. There's a high chance he is for gems, but there is a chance he's not, right? They didn't really give us a clear answer, and I've still waited for it. I guess it's not going to drop, as I've kind of said. I doubt they're going to give us a response, but that's where it currently stands. Let's jump into it. Let's have some fun. Like and subscribe. Helps out a ton. So first up, this is AKUMA. You know this. You've seen him plenty of times, okay? This is what he was on the CN version, okay? Now, there was some new information that came out, basically, and it's been so Street Fighter Duel is basically owned by Reroll. We know this. You've kind of heard the name thousands of times, and they have been heavily doing a crap ton of marketing, a crap ton of everything all over the place, okay? And with this marketing, characters that aren't currently out on the global version have been slipping through. Now, the thing is, and I know I've mentioned this plenty of times, but similar to this game, similar to Street Fighter Duel, they own a game called TSH, a game that I've covered. You might have known about it. I've talked about it plenty of times in these videos because they're the same publisher, okay? Now, they are known, and this is Crunchyroll for you, they are known for literally faking ads continuously, where the things they put in the ads aren't always 100%. For example, in that game, you have the character, and then you have active cards, and those cards put on the character, and they do extra stuff or whatever, and the characters that they advertise are in the game were never playable. They're just active cards, right? They're not main characters and all of that. So they do this type of thing where their ads are never reliable. So if you do see some stuff in the future based on an ad, you can't confirm it. It's not 100% real. Yes, it may release to be that, but the ad that we got here says that AKUMA is a masterclass unit. Got it? Now, yeah, that's his typing, right? He's not fire as people have been saying. So what I also want to share with you is on the image that CN released, I believe this is CN, not Taiwan. I don't know. There's so many different versions and there's so much stuff to keep up with, but apparently people are saying he's fire. Where was he a fire? Is it he was on fire in the Taiwan version? Is that where it was? But the one that I have, the translation that I have, and this is from CN, right? It clearly shows that he's a master unit, right? So I don't exactly know what happened there, but the ad clearly matches up with what I knew. So I always thought that that's what he was planned to release as. But apparently, he's a different type of unit somewhere else. Which again, this breaks down to a whole nother thing, right? So if you don't understand the game, you have multiple banners that basically follow the fire, lightning, and wind, I think it is, format, right? And with that, you have to understand that these characters are easy to pull for. They are. It's very easy to pull for these characters. But when it gets kicked into this other element, or, typing, GG's, tap out. You can't get them. It's kind of, in comparison to pulling these ones, it is much harder. It creates another level of unit, usually when they are a master unit, or I think the other one's Infernal? Dark, whatever. Whenever it's those type of units, they are just super strong. That's kind of the breakdown people have put together. Whenever it's this type of unit, it's just stronger and whatever. But it's gonna be harder to pull for. It is, right? We don't know what's gonna happen with AKUMA, if he's gonna be for gems, if he's gonna hit divination. We don't know where he's going to go. But what I can tell you for a fact, if he releases as a master unit, he won't be in faction and he won't be in choice pulls. Can't pull him there because he is not one of these three typings. Correct? That is how that works. So keep it in mind that this is what's going to happen if they choose to release him as what they did on CN. And again, this is what they had there. This might be Taiwan and I might be getting it wrong, but one of the versions, what I can tell you right now, is they had it as master over here. And that's what the original image that I got. And I were to look at Ken. This is the mummy one. That's that. Where's Ken? And this is it. Ken is this, right? Which, is that what he released as on global? So you're telling me that he released, oh yeah, so he did release something way different. This is faction legendary. Huh. Yeah, so that's why people were saying he changed like that. I get that now. Wow. Yeah, so he released as a different faction. Huh, that's crazy. I did not know that. Well then. But yeah, so he did get changed. So again, who knows what happens here when they do this character and how they actually handle him. But you can clearly see that this is what I have as him originally, and this is what the ad shows. Though again, Crunchyroll is known for putting wrong information in ads, and whatever releases in an ad never releases in game. Again, I've been a part of their current game and what they've done for a year, and it's the same ads. This is the literal same copy-paste format. So it's an MHA game, if you know My Hero Academia. Basically, Deku was here. You'd have All Might, Present Mike. I think this is like the ad, like fully. This is exactly the ad showed. Endeavor, Aizawa, and this. And then the character that was up here, which was like Present Mike, he wasn't actually in the game. All of the typings were off. All of the like statuses were off because they contract these out, I think, the ads, and they have some other company do it, and then they just show it off, right? So I don't know what happens, but their ads are not always 100%, so it's not confirmed that he is this class. He still is subject to change. Got it? In the end of this, all you gotta know is this might be the case. Most likely it is the case, but do not like confirm that. You clearly see what happens with the devs saying, don't dare compare us to any of the version. We are our own version. That's what's going to happen. Our changes are going to be how we want it to be. If you don't like it, suck it up, Buttercup. That's literally what they said in a way, right? So keep that in mind. It could be the case that he is. It also could be that he's not, right? So that's it. And again, for those asking, why am I saying April? It was mentioned in the dev call, though we do not have 100%, but it was mentioned here, and it was mentioned also that he is an upcoming character. Plus, the ads have started rolling out continuously, and he is in like at least 4 or 5 ads, though I don't know why they're teasing him so early, but that's what we know. Again, we don't know anything beyond that, so you have to keep in mind that this is again, they clearly said in this and on the server multiple times, don't compare us to CN. Do not compare us to Taiwan. So if there is something that you see over on those two versions, you can never either expect it here, or you can expect it when it does drop here in a very changed and manipulated way. So in the future, again, AKUMA could be whatever, but we don't know because they can do whatever they want with the character, okay? You could say whatever, you can see whatever on CN, that might not exist. So remember that, that's the worst part about this. Usually in every gacha I play, and this is majority of them, they don't do that much difference in a character between versions. Here, they just change whatever they want, which will make them the most money in a way. I don't get it, but that's their plan, so keep that in mind. So again, to round this up in a very simple manner and a very easy thing just so you understand, also realize that when he does release, we don't know how it's going to release again as mentioned, but when it does come to it, if it doesn't release as one of these classes, you cannot summon for them, or for rather AKUMA, on either the faction or the choice draw, right? He will be a different class, which obviously is not listed here. You can only summon for wind, electricity, and fire here, so master class, or rather master faction, will be different. We'll be in a different area. Again, we don't know if he hits divination and what happens there. We don't know anything. So I know that people keep saying like putting ideas out there, but you have to wait. That's it. You just have to wait. That's it. There's nothing beyond that. You can think whatever you want to think, but it's all going to come down to when he releases. So you can either be triggered right now that he could get screwed, or just wait, save that triggered state until then. And when he does drop, get triggered then if they choose to screw him up. That sounded mad wrong, but choose to screw him up, right? So keep it in mind, right? With everything, we don't know what's going to happen, everything. We don't know if he's going to hit standard recruit after. We don't know if he's going to hit something in the game where you can get him beyond that point. We don't know any of that, but it could happen. What we do know is if he does release as Master Class, he's not hitting those other banners. If he does become that, it's a little bit harder to obtain, though the ranking of Master Class units are definitely, obviously, higher than usual for other units because they're just Master, right? So that's how it is. But still at the end, you'll have to wait. AKUMA is potentially in April. We're basically rounding off the event shortly in what? We're done with this in 9 days. So in 9 days, you may get some information. You might take a week break and then announce it. But basically in 9 days, yeah, you'll have the next following update either the week after or something around there. And boom, you find out what happens with AKUMA, how he's structured and how everything does play out. But the ads are in full steam. There's so many ads for him. So you can kind of expect them real soon. Again, they have been advertising so much stuff that isn't in the game yet, which I don't know why. Either it's to build hype, but I'm so lost. People download the game thinking this character's in here, and it's not there. AKUMA's been in ads and so many other characters, but I don't get why they've been advertising all these things that don't exist yet. But they should have saved them and then advertised when they're closer to it, but they're far from some characters and they're still getting advertised. But if there's any ads that you see, tag me on Twitter or whatever, or DM me on Discord if you have that. I would like to see them, and I'm curious what they're advertising also. But yeah, with that, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a stay safe, peace, and enjoy. Just a quick little update on some early information we do have for AKUMA being April. He might be a master class. He's not going to hit the faction recruits if that happens, and all that type of stuff here. So, not bad.